HIV/AIDS remains a significant public health challenge in Ghana, Africa, and globally. Whilst progress has been made in recent years, it is essential to address the impact of the virus. Women of Dignity Alliance, in a public sensitization to educate the public on HIV/AIDS, held a derby to educate, inform, and alert the public on the spread of the virus.
Every symptoms, it depends on the individual immunity. Somebody can have the virus and then maybe in 2 years' time, the person will start seeing the signs and symptoms. And somebody can also have it and it will be there for some time before the person can see it. The thing is, the moment the person gets the infection or is infected, the person may feel maybe some feverish, some headache, which if the person take maybe paracetamol or even treat malaria, the person will be okay. But from there, it depends on the individual's immunity. It depends on everybody. The symptoms will start at 2 years or even a year. Someone can even be there for 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, or even 10 years, maximum 10 years, before the person can see the signs and symptoms. Treatment for now, we have the treat and start. As soon as you come to the counseling unit, you do the test. We have 3 tests that we do. We do the first response. We use oral quick for the first confirmation. Then we use the bioline test to confirm the final one. So at least you'll be doing 3 tests for us to confirm. As soon as it is confirmed, you are cancelled, and then if you are ready, you can start your treatment. So for the treatment, the moment you are diagnosed, treatment can start the very day that you are diagnosed. Experience with HIV. Some years ago, it was a huge problem, but now we have so many people coming to help. We have the government helping, the Ghana AIDS Commission is helping, the Ghana HIV AIDS program is also helping. We have NGOs like the WUDA is helping, and PPAG and all those agencies are all helping. So mostly at first they thought if they have the HIV they cannot work or they cannot do anything. But with counseling now they are coming out to work, and then when they are working they are able to take care of their children. Unless maybe they are not able to work, they are not able to take their medication. But as I said, we have the treatment, test and treat. So if the person is taking her treatment or his treatment very well and he or she is eating very well and is working, the person can take care of their children. Spread of the virus, we have a whole lot. At first we were saying the abstinence, the person abstain, not having sex till the person is ready or is married. And then we have the second, we have is ABC, and then we have the C, that is being faithful to your partner, your sexual partner. The C, using condom consistently and correctly, because some people will start using the condom and at a point they will leave it on their way. So we are saying that you should use it, you start and you finish with it, and you use it consistently. And the D is you don't use sharp objects or share sharp objects with people. And now there are other means. That's they're using the medication. As soon as you are tested, you are treated. The treatment starts at that time. And when you are taking your treatment, and the treatment is you take the treatment very well, your immunity becomes stronger, and then the viral load will reduce. We have something we call U is equal to U, means undetectable is equal to untransmittable. So if your viral load is very low, then it's difficult, or the margin of you transmitting it to someone who is not having it is very low, or you not transmitting it is very high. So if you are on the treatment and you are taking it well, the viral load is reduced, then it's difficult for you transmitting it. And now we have what we call the PrEP. The PrEP is the pre-exposure prophylaxis. The pre-exposure prophylaxis, if you know you are sexually active, then you take the medication. We have medication, we have some tests, lab tests that you run. If you are eligible, that means if you can take that medication, then you start taking the medication. You start taking your medication. When you take it, we have a way of taking. We have the daily one, we have the event-driven. if you come to the counseling unit, they will cancel you on all those things. When you take it well, then even if you have sex with unprotected sex with somebody who is having it, it's difficult for the person transmitting it to you. Then we have the PEP. The PEP is the post-exposure prophylaxis. Post-exposure prophylaxis is when you are exposed to the HIV virus. Within 72 hours, you have to come to the facility. We have medication that will give to you. So that within that 72 hours, even if the person is HIV positive, you will not get it. Then we have the mother to child transmission. That is when a mother is positive when she comes to the facility. So now every pregnant woman have to do the HIV test. When the person is diagnosed positive, the person is put on treatment. When the person is put on treatment, it's also difficult for the baby getting. And when the baby too is born, we have prophylaxis that is being given to the child so that the child is not also infected. HIV treatment is a holistic treatment. Apart from the medication, we have counseling that we do because the person is going home. The person has to take a medication on her own. So we have something we call adherence counseling. Adherence counseling will help the person to be able to take his or her medication religiously because it's supposed to be on time. And so as soon as for now we don't have the cure. So for you being treated, you have to take it every day, the medication. And then we have the nutritional side for you taking your medication and then eating very well. And then support for the community and then your family. If everybody is doing their part, even though the person is positive or is realistic, the person lives normally like any other person. So the person is positive or not, it's just like any other person that you know around. So for now, we have HIV medications, we have the test kits. As I said, we use 3-step 2, unless otherwise, before maybe they have to use a 4th one or a 5th one. We have all the test kits around. We have the medications available. But one problem is, HIV has been with us for some time now, but still, Africans or Ghanaians as we are, we still a bit skeptical about everything that we are doing. So somebody is diagnosed, have to go. Some people will test here, the person is positive, has been told that the person starts medication here. The next moment, the person will go to another place to go and do the test again. Will go to another place. Sometimes we want to see something. Maybe you want to see you have headache because we say some of the signs. You have diarrhea, you have rashes, and all those things before we start running. But now we want once you are strong and you are healthy, and we do the test, and the test shows you are positive. Then you start the treatment. We don't want you to wait till you start seeing all those signs and things. But still, we want to see those signs. People want to see those signs before we start running to the health facility. So those are some of the challenges that we have. And sometimes financial problems. Some people, as soon as they are diagnosed that they have it, some of them will go home, even if the person has a business, is in a denial state, is depressed, and all those mental challenges. So the person may even stop working at that moment. Maybe the relationship with his or her family will also have challenges, and the person even stigmatize him or herself. So even though no one knows that he or she is positive, even when she is walking around, she has stigmatized herself. So it reduces productivity and all those things. But still, we are doing our best to come together so that we reduce the new transmission. And those who also have it will not have AIDS, death of AIDS. Please hope you know the HIV and the AIDS is two different things. The HIV is just the virus. The AIDS is not a disease. So if you have the HIV and you are taking care of yourself well, the AIDS, we are praying that the AIDS will not even come. Or even if it will come, it will be a long years before you start seeing it. And what I can say is that stigma, we have it in different forms. And the self-stigma is the major one. Because if you don't stigmatize yourself, whatever somebody is saying around, you don't really care about it. So the first thing is the self-stigma. We have to deal with it. Now, if you have HIV, we are saying that it's just the virus that is in you. The AIDS is the disease, it has not showed up. So if you are able to take your treatment well, no one will even see that there is something wrong with you. No one will even detect that you have a virus in you unless you don't take the medication for some years, and then now the signs and symptoms start showing. So if you are tested and they say you are diagnosed of HIV, you are put on the medication, we are afraid of death. So how can we prevent the death? The death is taking your medication, eating well, and living your normal life. It's not so easy like that, but you talk to yourself. You know what you want to achieve in the next future. So I have to take my medication, I have to eat well, I have to live my normal life so that whatever I want to achieve in the future, I will achieve it. And also those who stigmatize people living with HIV, you have to know the way of the transmission. If you talk with somebody, you hug somebody, you eat with somebody, you don't get it. So we have to know the mode of transmission. Unless maybe you have unprotected sex with that person. And we are saying you should use condoms and use it well. And then if you use sharp objects, so we are saying don't share sharp objects with anybody, because you don't know who is having or who is not having. So don't even share sharp objects with anybody. If you are able to do that, you will not get it, or you not get the, you not be infected with the HIV virus. So if you chat with the person, you hug the person, you eat with the person, it even show love. But the moment we start stigmatizing the person, then the person is also psychologically is affected or infected with what you are doing, and that will even bring the person will not even work. The person is not working, can you feed the person every time? You can't. The person may not, because you are stigmatizing, the person may not even go for his or her medication, and the person will be sick. And if that person is your family member and the person is not productive, it somehow will affect the family. Because if there is something, maybe if the person is working, can also help somebody in the family, so that the family will progress, then our community too will progress. But as soon as you start stigmatizing somebody, then it affects all of us. At that moment you are stigmatizing somebody, but it goes round, the ripple effect, it goes round and affects each and every one of us. So if you are diagnosed, we shouldn't stigmatize ourselves. And those who are negative, and those who are negative, some people have not even checked whether they have the virus or they don't have, but they are stigmatizing people. That's why we say everybody come and know your status, whether you are negative or positive, then you know what to do. And when you know somebody who is positive, don't stigmatize the person. And if you, the person who has even been diagnosed to you, too, don't stigmatize yourself. Love yourself, so that we can all contribute to the welfare of Ghana.
Efiteko siketi mo te school e o ba no bo mode ko ni o kani o ba ne expiring date na agbana mo kondo me da do ba use sa no make sure ke oniji o for a fine ke hanu ke la ko akawo e jaga wo ye baby e we allergic to ni bi baba o e wo bi ane mi mama wo kondo me no ne ke to ko e edges e wo ye rough edges wo ye smooth edges smooth ekejo tie eyin timo ewa eni ba anye ni oba chechi ye rough edges eteme ni agbana ekejo oba tie oba make sure oba use onini or use blade and scissors, because mu ekeji oketie e ba no balaka e ba anye ni echi aloka ko ni obo ya tie e ba anye echi ketome low scissors she mo eni jo bi ani mama mache one more rough edges and look on your easy or firm one and the catch your dear banake arrow left fine or your inner and outer parts inner I draw a out here banake fire dente and modeme Rubama modern more fire niti a to bear no one knew more to make a handicap no and a flatter in back. Pesa ni keba ni kakbale epe wo ye konkondo me yi aloni we eku enja onu wo kulo tuba e wo ne fa ni nya kwa bi Ewa no me no ba o make sure get a flat. Onu tu na mo shi to ba. Ewa mi ba ma wo. Awula mo me ke wa. Yes, I been na ba ni wo le. Wo ba wo ko be na bo mo e be na ke be.
Ikenye kwa yi roba.
Ewa bi ni ta flat ke ni ko be ke be ni na mo nya ime.
O da ba mi kaseni.
Amese ko jen. Ewa ke di nu e ba ta flat bi e ti ni nu e be ba so ni ji e tu e.
Wo do wo ka chi wo fia wo no.
O fa ni no ne. Be nye na mo na wo. Oko ba ke le ta flat ni to e da wa denche. Wo ye kondo melu wo ye lu bucket ko me po ba nye ni e ya mli. Ene sha ke sita flat ke onu tu data mo mimi. Fe ko e ba nye ni e ya. Eko bemi o ba ke bo le dalo eko alo no e da mi me size fe ko nye ekulo o benye na o ke ti ogbe na o fa ne ka relax ye yo eno sani amlo mi eno no o ye no o ba use tissue aloku e o ba use no ko ni bode ncho sumo ke hani no le ona use tissue e eko ni o ke o potato e mo na se ko ni fla yode ni ire o sise wo kati ekwe HIV ekwe yue shishimi ukoni ninjie ibanye ni fly chomi kone ekwe una HIV no one will use kondo or use of tissue kechio mbe tissue nyeke kiami wo ba tele simple e fane one round fe one round there kondo ne achakio itakesi onye ni obomode oni obina ni onye akesi obasa ofoe ni onye usudabi ko gbe na sa no fina ko gbe na we whatever keke simoe sa no ta wo tissue no ke tie o ba feel fine o ba wo bola eni peke ko ni nenye ni eseja.
The name of the organization is Women of Dignity Alliance, WODA for short. And what we do mainly is we work with vulnerable women living in the slum communities. We use behavior change workshops, capacity building, economic empowerment program to address their issues in the community. And so far we've been in inception since 2012. And the impact in the community has been huge because we have some of the women who are now working in the office as project officers, program officers, community facilitators. We now have an all-inclusive shop where women come in to learn vocational skills, and it's known as WODA Care. And mostly that has benefited the community a lot, as well as the women as well. So our purpose for coming into this community is we have a new project that we are going to be implementing with African Women Development Fund, and one of our project community is Choco. And so as a way of introducing ourselves to the community, we decided to host the World AIDS Day here, so we could introduce ourselves to the community as well as mark the day.
As today marks the World AIDS Day, I encourage each and everyone to know their HIV status. Abstinence is key, but if you can't abstain, use protection.